A dog was kicked off the bus as soon as it jumped on it. The guy on the side actually raised a finger and said, "The dog has been guarding again for more than a month. Everyone waiting for the bus here knows him. The dog squats by the platform every day and stares at the passing cars. It looks a little sad. Could it be that it was abandoned by its owner?" At this time, a bus pulled up to the stop, and the dog hurriedly ran to the crowd and looked around. He checked carefully, but there was no one he was waiting for. He looked very lost, with tears in his eyes. Seeing this, the little brother slowly approached the dog, then handed a piece of dried meat to his mouth. Unexpectedly, the little guy turned his head to one side. He said he would not eat food from strangers. Just wait until the sun goes down. The dog's eyes suddenly lit up, and he quickly ran towards the bus stop, grinning while running. I saw it running to the old man who had just got off the car, wagging its tail and jumping up and down. It turns out that Xiao Bai used to be a stray dog. He was adopted by his grandfather and has been with them for 6 years now. Grandpa's health is not good recently, so I have to go to the hospital for treatment every day. The dog is waiting for them here. Grandpa just sat down after returning home. The dog jumped into Grandpa's arms and acted like a baby. Grandpa feels unwell. He jumped on the sofa and lay quietly in his grandfather's arms. I wish I could share some of the pain for my grandpa. The next day, the old couple had to go to the hospital again. Grandpa was worried that the dog was in danger, so he kept him at home, but it jumps over the fence every time. Then he took a small road and rushed to the front of the owner. Grandpa stroked the dog. "Tell him not to run around and wait here for them to come back." The dog couldn't bear to be separated from his owner, so he mustered up the courage to jump on the bus. Unexpectedly, he was kicked off by the driver. The dog could only watch his grandfather leave. At this moment, he seemed to remember something and hurried to the other side of the road. Begins his day of waiting until nightfall. The owner was never seen. After not eating or drinking all day, he lay on the ground exhausted, staring at the passing vehicles. Suddenly a bus pulled up to the stop, but Grandpa and Grandma didn't get off. He began to become anxious. He ran back and forth on both sides of the road until the last bus stopped. The figure of longing finally appeared in front of me. The dog rushed to Grandpa's side and almost broke its tail. He stood up and lay on his grandfather's body, complaining aggrievedly that he missed his grandfather. It turns out that Grandpa had an operation today, so he came home so late. When the old couple saw the video of the dog waiting for them to come home, they felt very sad. But there will be another month of treatment. Grandpa doesn't want the dog to continue waiting at the station every day, but he can't take the dog on the train. The next day, the program team found the person in charge of the bus operation department. After learning about the situation, the old man agreed to take the dog into the car, but he had to use a leash. The dog didn't dare to get on the bus at first because he knew he couldn't take the bus. But with the driver's encouragement, the dog finally got in the car with his grandfather. The dog's deeds moved many passengers on the bus. The dog was lying in Grandpa's arms, with a happy smile on his face. With the help of kind-hearted people, dogs no longer have to wait hungry at the bus stop every day. All things have spirits, and I hope every loyal furry child can be treated with tenderness.